Welcome to today's Daily Thought. This week we're thinking of those one anothering verses in the New Testament that remind us how we're to behave towards one another. So far this week we've thought of the call to love one another, to forgive one another, and to encourage one another. And today, perhaps surprisingly, we're going to be looking at a verse where we are encouraged to provoke one another. And the verse in question is found in Hebrews chapter 10 and verse 24. And in the King James Version, it says this: "Let us consider one another to provoke unto love and to good works." And the modern translation that I use says, "Let us consider how to stir up one another to love and good works." And provoking and stirring up don't seem to be very virtuous things to aim for. If you're known as somebody who provokes people and stirs up others, then that's not generally a good thing. But the word that's used in this verse can be used in a good and in a bad sense. So we get our English word paroxysm from the Greek word that's used in Hebrews chapter 10 verse 24. The idea of a powerful outburst of a strong emotion. And in Hebrews 10:24 it's being used in that good sense. The people who were being addressed in the letter were flagging in their Christian commitment. They were beginning to weary in their following of Christ. And so the writer is encouraging them to renew their faith and their zeal for the Lord Jesus. And together, as a community, they are to provoke one another, to stir one another up in that good sense towards love and good words. The idea that this is to be done with strong emotion and passion. And we all need that from time to time, don't we? Showing love and practicing good works doesn't always just happen. Often there needs to be that encouragement. We need to be motivated and stimulated. And that's what Hebrews 10:24 is calling for. Do that for one another, the writer is saying. With real energy and passion, stimulate one another to show love and good works. Love that has the practical outcome of good works. We've certainly witnessed an increase in love and good works towards others over the past few months as communities have risen to the challenge of caring and providing for each other in these difficult days. And you know, it's something the church should always be known for, but it's easy to grow weary, to become neglectful, and faith itself can dry up just as it was beginning to dry up in the lives of these people who were being written to in this letter. And that's why we need each other. That's the value of these one anothering verses, the importance of mutual inspiration to rise to the challenge of what Christ calls us to. And so if you're weary and flagging today, let me stir you up to love and good works. Let me provoke you in the good sense of that word, to demonstrate Christ's love towards others. And may we all hear that renewed call for fresh energy to be given to love and good works. Amen.